Hello friends, it's me again. More Battlefield 4 footage. Sorry for the delay on this, but you know, life, it happens. So let's talk attitude, let's talk Battlefield 4, let's talk broken, which is what this game is. Uh, it was launched clearly unfinished. Look, as I shoot through an invisible wall, and by shoot through I mean hit an invisible wall and not anything else. And watch as I, like a silly goose, do it again, I think 2 or 3 times. There I go again. You can't shoot through that. Why? Because the game wasn't finished right. You should be able to shoot through stuff like that. There's tons of invisible walls. There's plenty of one-shots, as has been even confirmed by DICE that there's a one-shot glitch. There's like horrific hit reg moments where at times you don't actually see hit reg. Sometimes you point at someone, don't even shoot, and they die, which, don't get me wrong, I think I'm scary at Battlefield sometimes, but I'm not that scary. I mean, I don't just kill people by looking at them, but that happens. There's stuff where you get killed and then you see them come around the corner. There's stuff where you put 15 bullets in somebody in like point blank range and then you just die. There's times when you kill someone, they fall down on the ground and then they kill you. I had this happen. I had friends watching this happen. They were on the ground and then I died. So there's tons of stuff about this game that's completely broken, completely frustrating, and it drives you crazy that you think you dropped 50, 60 bucks on this game, more if you got premium, and it's this broken. Okay, having said that, I will say this. There are things that irritate me about this game, obviously, but it's pretty much the same for everybody, and we're all suffering through these problems. So what good does it do you, as somebody who likes to play video games, as somebody who likes Battlefield, to get so frustrated and so irritated and just blind mad at this game that you can't even think straight, and then you keep playing? Well, what happens to a person when they're playing a game and they get a really crappy attitude about it? Well, they're probably going to start playing worse, and then they're going to start seeing problems that aren't even really there. Okay? First thing I'm going to say is that because the problems are almost universal in this game, if you're doing bad all the time, then that's probably you and not the game. And I say that because I want you to get better at the game and not just think that it's the game is the sole reason that you're doing bad. Don't get me wrong. There are plenty of times you are going to die and it's not your fault in any way, shape, or form. It's the game. It's broken. You got one shot when you shouldn't have. Someone killed you before they ran around the corner. That's not your fault. Okay? On the flip side of that, there's going to be plenty of deaths you have that is your fault. There's going to be plenty of times you don't get the kill and it's your fault. So don't just take the game as being broken and not improve and just use that as an excuse for your bad games. Don't. You're going to have bad games because sometimes you're bad at it. So piece of advice I have for you there is to improve in every area that you can improve. Okay? Knowing that the game has problems, and so don't let that be your focus, all the things that aren't right with the game. Instead, try focusing more on some of the things that are super fun in this game. For example, the Levolution. I thoroughly enjoy taking a skyscraper down. I think that's pretty awesome, man. I mean, what other game can you do that in the middle of a 64-player match? I don't know of any other game that you can do something like that you can flood a map and change the whole setting of it, that you can knock down this big old satellite dish thing. I don't know what it's called exactly, but you like destroy the thing pretty much. So there's lots of cool things in this game that you can focus on. All the different weapons attachments, the custom camos, and all these kind of things that are really neat. Okay, and the fact that you can play with friends and talk, and there's VoIP in the game finally that actually, functions. So there's lots of good things that you can focus on in this game. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. So if you're in a server and just everything feels wrong, you feel like you're at this huge disadvantage, okay? In another game, I would tell you to stick it out and try something a little different, try mixing it up. Well, this isn't every other game. This is a game that has some major issues. And for me personally, I noticed significant performance differences in terms of what kind of hit reg I'm getting and what kind of like latency I'm experiencing in the game in terms of interaction with other players. And so if you just feel like you're behind most of the time, leave the server. Just leave. There's no shame in that in this game because it has problems. Go to a server where things feel a little better. Try a different game mode. Mix it up a little bit. Sometimes when you're running around as an assault like I am right now and just things aren't going your way, maybe it's not so much the game, so much your skill level versus the other players, or for some reason everybody's got your number. Oh, and knife people. It's beautiful. I wish there wasn't a front knife and you could just slash. If there was a way to disable that, that'd be awesome. Hint, hint, DICE developers, pretty please. But sometimes maybe don't be the Bush Wookie because, well, usually Bush Wookie's not all that helpful to things. But if you're just getting your rear handed to you as the assault, as the aggressive player, you know what? Be a Bush Wookie. Go ahead. You have my permission to put on the camo, hide in a little bush, and go pew, pew, pew with your little sniper rifle or DMR. Permission is given. Have fun at it. Also, if you find a Bush Wookie and you are a medic, charge up your paddles, full charge, because it's more entertaining that way, standing right behind them, and then you boop, and they will die, and you'll have a great laugh. Okay? So, change your attitude. If you're going to be all complaining and whining about the game, first of all, I can tell you right now, as you're playing with friends, they don't want to hear it. Okay? So the occasional, one shot again, that's fine. That's fine. Because that's part of the game. It's broken. But have a better attitude, and you'll have a better game. If not, no one's forcing you to play Battlefield 4. There's lots of other games out there. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, God bless. Any comments or anything down below, you know where to put them. Ideas for new videos or something you might like to see on the channel, let me know. God bless and good night.